We're in Scranton, Pennsylvania, known as the Electric City for having the world's first electric streetcar. Pennsylvania is historically known for its coal production and for its railway system, which consolidated the streetcar companies in 1896. The production of coal drew miners seeking work from other countries, including Germany, Poland, and Ireland. But the majority of the immigrants feeding the booming coal and iron industries were of Welsh descent. In 1890, Dr. George E. Hill built the house that was to become Andy Gavin's pub. He built it as a private dwelling and office for his dental practice. In 1895, Dr. Hill sold the house to James Kelley, who converted the building into a hotel in 1905, adding a saloon in 1910. While a hotel, a miner named George hung himself on one of the upper floors. So join us tonight for our investigation of Andy Gavin's Eatery and Pub.
Welcome to Andy Gavin's. I'm Don Surace, the owner of the establishment here for the last 28 years. It's located in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The building was actually built in 1903. There was previous owners before me, such as Andy Gavin, Calpin's before him, and Kelly's. The building's been Andy Gavin since the 1960s, and presently all the renovations that have been done to the establishment have done it in my 28 years here. First time I ever heard anything about Gavin's being haunted was at a party. A young lady addressed the two of us, me and my ex-partner, about it being haunted, where she lived upstairs. And the previous owner kept on calling her to come down to help him, and he wasn't even here. My youngest son was here one day, Dante, and he had a time where he kept on getting his ear flicked, and he asked me to go home early. And we didn't know why it was going on, but we supposedly thought it was George playing with his ear. And I have a friend that's a psychic, and she told me it could be something in the building that happened. And it was right around Halloween, and we had a Ouija board in the building. And she was told me that I had to get the Ouija board out of the building and burn it. There's been a lot of different little things that's happened over the years, and that's why we're doing the investigation here at the tavern now. We're located now in the basement, going towards my office. We had a gentleman that was here one day when we was doing the taps, and he actually seen a woman's figure walk out of the office door here. Many times I've been in my office, I hear my name called or see someone walking by. One day I was here, and obviously I have dogs at home, but I felt like something was sitting on my lap, and I thought it was actually my dog. Another night I had, after parade day, a good friend of mine had passed. He used to work my door for me all the time, and he was rattling the pipes behind me. I just told him, don't worry, I think I know what I'm doing. I got this down pat. Now on the other side of the building down here in the basement, we had a concrete block that we had in there for the longest time, and I was told never to move it. We moved it to one day, and there was actually nothing underneath it. Also, there was another investigation where we had an orb following a gentleman around in the basement. But there's a lot of electric down here, a lot of things. I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea that I'm trying to fantasize something that's here, but a lot of times I do hear my name being called or remarks going on when I'm down here in the basement, which is kind of strange and funny, but after 28 years, I'm kind of used to about anything that really happens.
I'm Steve from Visual Paranormal Investigations, and I'm here tonight in Andy Gavin's Pub and Eatery with Nell Ayres and Debbie Franks, and we're here to investigate this location and its claims of paranormal activity. Andy Gavin's Pub is a popular eatery in Scranton, Pennsylvania. It's known for good times, good food. It's an active location within the community. And tonight we're going to see if it's also active in terms of paranormal events. All right now Debbie and I are getting ready to do an EVP session. This is a voice-activated recorder, so we're going to ask a few questions, then do immediate playback. All right, so we're going to start that right now. My name is Steve. Can you please tell me if the spirit that's referred to as George is here with us? There's a woman spirit here also that's been seen. Can you tell me your name, please? My name is Steve. This is Debbie. Tell me your name, please.
Are you happy with the renovations that Don has done with the bar? Has anyone here ever had a pet dog that lived on the property?
All right, we're gonna stop now and do a live playback. We'll listen to it, and then I'm gonna play it right into the recorder, all right?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna stop right now.
Stand by then.
Yeah. All right, right now we're running on EVP. There's a spirit that's known as George. He was nicknamed George. And that spirit interacts a lot with Don. George, are you here tonight? Were you an inhabitant in this building? Did you live in this building back when it was a rooming house? Did you live in this building back when it was a rooming house?
If your name's not George, what is your real name?
When we first came in, you said you felt something back by this popcorn machine.
I did. When I walked in, when I got to the light, I could feel, I was freezing. I could feel it in my legs.
And it's not cold in here.
Can we have the name of just one spirit that might be here with us tonight?
Don also told us about when he was here with his son. His son got his ear flicked. Maybe you can do that to me. I don't mind. I got big enough ears. Come and flick them. All right, that's a quick burst session, okay? We're gonna stop now and listen to the tape, and if we have anything, we'll play it into the recorder.
We're going to do a spirit box session. I've also got the K2 meter, and we'll see if it lights up at all in response to questions. Don said he thinks there's up to 7 spirits here. Can you tell me how many are here now? How many of you used to live here? Can you make the lights light up on this K2 for me?
Do you sit at the bar after it's closed?
I'm gonna take the K2 from Nell and go behind them. If you can you come over to me while they ask questions?
How long ago did you used to come in here?
All right, I say we call this one and maybe move to another area. What do you think? All right now I'm in the men's room, and there's been activity reported in the men's room. I believe there was even an apparition seen going into the men's room or leaving the men's room. So I'm gonna do an EVP session here really quickly and see what we get. Do you come in here because this room was at one time something else before they remodeled? Who owns this building, this tavern? Who's the owner? What's his name? You know him. Who comes into this room and sometimes annoys patrons of the bar? All right, that was a quick burst session. If I have anything or capture anything, I will play it into the camera. But for right now, I'm gonna give this a listen. I'm gonna let Debbie and Nell come in and see if the fact that they're females in a male bathroom see if that stirs up any activity. All right, we just finished the EVP session in the men's room, and although we didn't get any responses to the questions, as I was setting up for the next session, telling Debbie and Nell that they were going to come in and do a spirit box session, we actually did catch something that does sound like a scream, and then there is the sound of distinct footsteps, which is one of the reports in this building. So I'm going to play this now right into the camera. There's the scream. There's the scream. You're hearing the footsteps now. Those are very distinct, and there was no one moving at that time. All right, so now they're going to do their session in here.
We're going to start a spirit box session. Can you tell me if somebody was killed in here?
Was this always a bathroom?
Can you tell me the name of the person who screamed?
Did she die in here?
What happened to her?
Did the woman who screamed live here?
All right, I'd say we call this right now, move to another section.
Can you turn on the hand machine? Stop, let me try it again. Yeah, I think you were close.
Okay.
Am I in your space? Automatic.
Okay.
Am I in your space? Flush again if you did.
I bet he's put that on standby too. And it didn't catch it. Well, no, it's on record.
Well, these are eyes.
The toilets have just flushed on their own.
Are you playing games with us? Are you playing games with us? I can't get it to go again.
Now that's weird.
Okay, well, we're sorry to have missed you, but these toilets flushed on their own, and we can't recreate it.
It was on record, you recorded it?
Yeah.
I mean on the camera?
Yeah. It's on record.
But it wouldn't have faced it,
Yes, it's facing it now. Look, I've turned it round.
and it did it on its own.
I can't make it do it
We've been
again.
trying to make it do it again and it won't.
Is the camera on right now?
Yeah, it's recording right now.
And this flushed?
Yep.
Can you make this toilet flush again?
All right, let's go over what just happened. This toilet flushed on its own.
Yeah.
You did get that on video.
Well, the sound, and then I moved the video round and we tried to recreate it and you can't do it.
There's nothing that And this is one of those activated ones.
Right,
That's what I
tried
thought.
walking up and coming away.
This one's going. But these can be set off. I mean, they're kind of fluky. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we've been in here all this time and they didn't go off.
Right.
And we've been walking back and forth.
Well, I can't
But we're gonna have to,
leave that as...
That was odd.
that was odd.
But we're at the bar right now. We're sitting down. We're taking a break. The reason that we're sitting here for a few minutes is because we went to get a cup of coffee and we actually heard a voice.
We did. We heard it over in that area. And Nell, did you hear it?
Yeah, definitely heard it. I was sat over there, so.
I heard it, but I couldn't make out what it was saying.
No, nor could
I
I.
couldn't either.
All right, so the EVP recorder is going.
Yeah,
Couldn't either.
All right, so the EVP recorder is going.
yeah, that's on.
And let's put it like maybe here. Were you a bartender here at one time? I know there were two other owners. Maybe you were an owner?
Did I upset you because I went behind the bar to get a glass?
I'm gonna walk behind the bar. All right, I'm behind the bar. Would you prefer that I leave and go on the other side of the bar?
What would you like to drink?
Yeah, what would you like to drink? You know, can I get you something or?
Just a
I
fridge.
thought I heard a noise, but that could be something
Yeah,
clicking
it's a
on.
fridge coming on.
Yeah. All right, I went behind the bar. I guess maybe I'm a natural bartender. Right now, we're down in the basement, and this is also where Don has his office, and there's been a lot of activity reported down here. So we're going to do a little session down here. I'm going to go behind the camera, and Debbie and Nell are going to do the session. We're going to do spirit box, do some EVP, and see what we come up with.
We're now in the basement and we're going to do a spirit box session. Is there anybody down here with us at the moment?
When asking the next question, our camera captures an unexplained moving shadow to the left of Debbie. The light behind Debbie and Nell is an infrared light. I am positioned in front of them, and there is no possible way our shadows could have caused this effect. Who is the spirit that speaks to Don down here in his office? That sometimes gives him a hard time. That sometimes gives him a hard time.
Don also sees a shadow figure. Can you tell me the person's name?
Is anybody down here with us? And if so, can you give us a name?
Can you please tell me Don's last name?
Do you want us to leave?
All right, now you want to do me a favor, put that off for a minute.
Yeah.
I thought I heard, I don't know if you did, I thought I heard footsteps upstairs.
So did I.
I wonder if somebody's here.
Yeah, you want to take a quick look?
No. It is 6:03.
Hello?
Nothing will happen to you. Just, you know. I could have went up, but I'm hemmed in here.
Yeah, I know.
All right, we just verified now that there was no one here, and I heard footsteps.
Yeah, so did I.
Debbie, did you hear the footsteps as well?
I did. I thought it was an employee coming in, but
Yeah.
there's no one here. I just checked.
We're going to start an EVP session now. This will probably be our last EVP session for the night.
Okay.
Again, I'd like to ask if I could speak for a minute to the woman that we thought we heard scream upstairs in the bathroom. Can you tell me your name, please?
We've had a lot of activity here tonight, and we have no doubt that something's going on here, but is there anything we can do for anybody tonight while we're here?
Is there a way we can bring you some kind of comfort?
Do you like being here?
All right, we're going to finish up. I'm going to ask the last question. And then before I do, I want to thank you if you did communicate with us at any point throughout the night. We have a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of footage to look at. We'd like to thank you. And once again, I'd like to ask just one question, and I need one clear answer, if you would not mind. Can you please tell me one name that I could check with Don to see if that name has significance to the history of this location? Just one name. All right, I'd like to thank you for communicating with us if you did, and we appreciate it, and I'd like to wish you good night.
Good night.